fear of failing, the fear of public speaking. For myself, whenever I want to give a Toastmaster speech, overcoming these fears is actually much more difficult than giving the speech itself. Emotions, feelings, these are a big part of who we are, and to a large extent they define what we are. Emotions are a powerful force which can make you do great or terrible things. In the flow of emotions, you can sometimes do something that you later just cannot figure out why you did. In the flow of emotions, a man can be so motivated that he will do something that he and the rest of the world think is impossible. Emotion. Sometimes emotions are some of the most powerful motivators of you. Greed and fear are said to be the most powerful motivators of all. Love is said to be able to move mountains. It is emotions that inspires leaders to lead millions, and fight against the most powerful forces of all. It is emotion that leads leaders to march with armies for the destruction of the world. Emotions you just cannot ignore emotions. You have to factor them in. If you see public speeches, right? Whenever you say something, then emotions play a very big part in what you're trying to say. For example, if I say, the pen is on the floor, no emotion, no impact. The pen is on the floor. I'm happy. The pen is on the floor. I'm a little bit sad. The pen, it's on the floor. I'm thinking about something else. The pen, the pen, yeah. The pen, yeah, the pen's on the floor. Just means I just don't give a shit. If you see great speeches, right? We have had quite a few speeches in the history. We have A Tryst with Destiny, we have I Have a Dream. In all of these speeches, there's one thing common. None of them sounded like Stephen Hawking. All the speakers, they had passion, they had zeal. And this zeal let them imprint their message into the hearts of millions. Just think of it. Here's a man who is born in a small town of a big country to poor parents in an oppressed section to priest after all. And at the age of 35, he marched along with 250,000 people to the capital of his country, demanding equality for millions. It is in this march that he gave the speech, I Have a Dream. I'm not here to talk about who the man was or what he said. What I'm trying to tell you is how he said it. You see, speakers, they use pauses to draw the crowd in. They use passion, they use zeal, they use vocal variety to make sure the message gets done. For when you hear Martin Luther King say, now is the time, that is when you really feel that it is impending. When he says, I have a dream, then you also share the dream. If he instead said, I have a dream, yeah, now is the time, it wouldn't make so much of an impact. To tell you another story, I read this in my textbook once. So, there is a man who is writing a letter to his daughter. It's the daughter's birthday, but the man is in prison. He cannot send her a rose, a toy, a gift, a chocolate, nothing. All he can send her is a letter. But in this letter, he gives her the most valuable gift of all. He writes to her, my child, in life, there will be times when it is difficult to decide what is right and wrong. Such times, apply a simple test. Do not do anything that you might feel that you want to hide. For the will to hide is indicative of fear, and fear is unworthy of you. Be brave, and success shall follow. This man went on to become our first Prime Minister, and the child he wrote that letter to went on to become our first woman Prime Minister. It is not just public speaking or in any task. Emotion is so important, you just cannot ignore it. It features itself in every task that you do. And whether be it public speaking, be it working for a company, be it riding a bike, anything that you do, emotion can be the make or the break of it. When you're doing something, then if you take pride in the work, then you just have a different kind of drive to finish it. Some people work out of pride, some people work out of fear, but both these people work better than the person who just doesn't care. In any of your efforts, in whatever you're trying to do, if there's no emotion, then it's just not going to matter. Whatever you say, whatever you do, it's just, in the pages of history, it's going to be there, will it? It's emotion that drives us to achieve more than we can. It is emotion that drives us to do better than we have ever done before. Something that you do not care about, you will not bother to do your best. You will not put your full efforts. So whatever you do, my friends, attach some emotion to it, attach some passion to it, and you will achieve. You won't even know what you will achieve. You just don't know. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanchit, for making our emotions getting into line. Yeah, even I believe emotions do matter. With the emotions you wake up, your day decides, isn't it? Most of the times, I can say. It's a great speech. Take a minute and feel very back.
Sanchit.
Now I invite our table topics master, Srini.
Okay, good afternoon all of you. My table topics are completely aligned to the theme of the day, which is an attitude of gratitude. This time I don't have any papers with me, and I'm not going to do what Jayan did, but I need a pen. Okay. I'll pass on the pen and have a timer for 10 seconds. We'll see who has this at the end of 10 seconds, and then let me tell what he or she is going to do. We'll start from which side? Yeah, wait, I want to start the timer.
If you want to speak, just hold it.
Start.
No one's picking it up only, huh?
Stop. Alright. The person next to you. Both of you are coming here, please. Navneet and Rohini. Yeah. So, and tell what is the concept. It's like both of you are going to get involved in the speech. It's like, say, you decide who would like to be a manager and the other is an employee of an IT firm. So we are having a Thanksgiving weekend and the manager has to convince the employee to work on a Thanksgiving weekend. Employee has to, give his or her opinions on what it is. So it's up to you people to figure out who's going to do